Second day in a row, I'm back in the building. Big up everyone in the building, man. Ches 99. It's a weird time to go live, Big Six go live, but we have to get the videos back up and running. To be every single person in here, I'm gonna add every single guest who joins the show today in a Chelsea debate down below in the description. A big up for the 100+ people who watched my video yesterday on playback. Let's try and increase that every single day and increase the numbers again because I haven't streamed for a long time and it's my fault. But love everybody for joining. I really appreciate that. Cole Palmer put in a comment saying like, long time. Yeah, I'm back now officially. So don't worry about that. I am back and better. Jesse's in the background waiting, but let's do some admin. Let's make sure everybody who's in here, we need to smash those likes, get this thumbnail on my big head on that algorithm, and make sure that everyone knows I'm going live. People who've forgotten if I go streaming, people who are doing other things, people who are watching other shows, let them be aware, that I am live right now. So it's good to see everyone in the community, man. It's good to see everyone here. Streaming every day is normal. Can get all my guests on. Rob's in the background, bit Rob for joining. We're gonna try and get everyone back on the groove like I was doing before, the same old. But this time I'm trying to do 2 streams a day and not 1 stream a day. The day's not working, especially. But enough admin for me. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're supporting everybody. Twitters, YouTube's will be down below in the description on the playbacks when the views go up and whatever. You guys can see what they're saying. And for some people like Rob, some controversial stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, be up Cole Palmer and be up Natalie. Always showing me love. We better not let. I think it's a good time to bring in Rob and Jesse, 2 unks in the building. Guys, we know what they're talking about. And proper Chels. Do you know what I mean? Long time, Jess. Be at the people, them as always.
Long time.
Yeah. And be at Rob, my uncle, as always, causing havoc. Surprise.
I don't know who you're talking about, but all right.
You, G.
Right?
Oh man, it's been a long time, man. But
it's been a minute.
It's not been.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Even me and Jesse. When I was going live a lot.
You've been holidaying. You've been holidaying every 2 weeks.
Yeah, not really. I was holidaying a lot before, and I was not streaming. And just recently working, I moved jobs, so lucky. But yeah, I've just been settling in there. But now I'm okay for now. So we'll see. But Rob, we stream basically every single day, and Jesse was towards the end of our way was on at least once a week. But since then, we've had a lot of football to watch. So when we were speaking before, it was either 1 game or 2 games. Summer transfer window, maybe even, dare I say it. And now we're into what? The 13th, 14th game of the season? All comps. So now we've seen our team play all different opposition, different competitions. So yeah, let's start with Jesse, man. Like, the topic today is what are Chelsea right now? Discipline issues, injury concerns, and more. But I want to get Jesse's opinion on how he feels. Briefly, not going too many topics. How you feel as a Chelsea fan right now? Like, are you feeling positive, negative, too early, too late? I told you so. Quickly, how do you feel?
I feel a bit of everything. Sometimes positive, sometimes negative. Sometimes too early to call. Sometimes the team give you some kind of hope, and then next 2-3 games they let you down again. The negativity, what brings the negativity? We see the same mistakes over and over and over again, and it seems like we are not really learning from it. And then you have to constantly remind yourself that this is still a very young team. And I am struggling to see consistency in terms of a consistent back two center backs that we could totally rely on week in, week out. We can actually say that, yes, we have 2 solid center backs. I can't see that. I am struggling to see that consistency. I am struggling to even see the consistency in the front line because we chop and change there as well. The onlyest part of the field, we have some sort of consistency and we could actually say, all right, these are the guys is in the middle and goalkeeper. But all in all, I am confused with every single thing. Yeah.
Rob, similar question to you. We've spoken. We've had our own positiveness. Sometimes we get shut down. Obviously, I have mad PTSD. My favorite saying. Everyone hates when I say that because I feel like Chelsea repeat themselves the last 7 years, boys. Isn't it? It feels like the same cycle, just different level. Never the cycle at the top. It's always in the fourth, fifth, sixth. We're repeating the same mistakes. But Rob, how do you feel? Because even as you're more positive, I don't want to say that, but we're a bit more objective. It's interesting, though, actually. So we see things on the half full. A lot of people don't. But how do you feel? Not going into too many topics, but how do you feel overall? Do you feel like you're telling people to relax, or what's the Chelsea fan base saying to you?
Yeah, I mean, people are obviously currently the hot topic is the centre backs, the Trevor Tosin. And so you kind of, you saw body a shield for half a second and you're gonna give you look at what you can do when you get a somewhat of a decent centre back playing who can actually pass from the back and win his battle against attackers. And so and then that got taken away, then just like back to Trevor and Tosin, and then they make the mistakes that they made against Sunderland, against even Wolves yesterday. So it kind of just gives people a bad taste in their mouth. But for me, my big issue has been mainly last season, even when we struggled, right? I will go into every game knowing that Maresca at least has set the team or has coached a win. Even though Jackson will miss chances, even though Palmer wasn't converted, but overall the way we play, you can come up and say, you know what, Maresca tactics was spot on. I like the way we play. It just that we were, we couldn't convert and we're missing chances left and right?
Yeah.
And for me, this season, that's not been it hasn't been the same feeling. Is most of the time, like in a few of the losses of the disappointing results we've had, it's like Maresca could have done this. He got out coached by what's his name, by company, or this coach got the better of him, or the Brighton coach kind of it's you feel like this he's leaving a lot of meat on the bone, and he's not setting us or setting the team up in this, whether it's a starting lineup against Brentford that was it was different, the subs against United that was different, when we lined up we started the game against Forest, even though they were struggling, but they got the better of us in the first half. The way we played against Sunderland, it's just like, okay, no, Enzo now is no box crashing, now it's Cucurella back to box crashing. It's like, what's going on? I'm struggling to find a way. I can't remember, bar Liverpool, I can't remember the game where I sat down and say Maresca out coached or coached to win. Liverpool, maybe Ajax, but Ajax, they got red early. The game was pretty much done, and they're rubbish anyways. So it's one of those where I'm struggling to see. I think it's just like, for me, we say players are out of form. Me, it's my manager is out of form. And I'm just praying that the manager regains his form and goes back to be the manager that would out coach an Enrique, out coach most of the coaches that you'll come up against. Not the coach that comes and says, "Oh no, we had a back, Ange, I talked to him. He told me he doesn't like back four, and then he gets back when I play against him, it's back five. Sunderland we prepare back four, and then we come to slap at the back five, and you have to change our game plan within in 10 minutes." That I don't know. I want to hear that. I want a manager who's prepared to face any adversity, any changes, anything. Not one that's complaining. We don't have a CCB, or we don't have this, we don't have that. We plan for back four. The suppose that we back fives. No, yeah. So that for me has been I'm just at the point where I'm just hoping and praying that Maresca regains his form, and once that happens, I think we cook.
That's actually interesting. That is interesting too. Because Jesse, I don't know. If I give my opinion, I'll let you respond, rebuttal, or agree with Rob. Rob didn't mention the only thing he didn't mention. He didn't just mention the only thing. It was obviously other stuff we've been spoken about, which are going to red cards, injuries. Rest is not Maresca's fault. Actually, red cards you could argue we're going to speak about that. But do you agree that Maresca's form of management is why we are dropping loads of points and very inconsistent? Just on that point, do you agree with Rob basically is on the manager?
I will have to agree. I think it's the
Mhm.
whole entire team as a collective, because for our manager to be picking up a red as well, I know we'll get into that. For our manager to be picking up a red, it's not just the players on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole team, the whole squad, the whole group as a collective. And if the manager is picking up red, then it will transform down to the team as well. So
Yeah, but the way he got the red, come on, boys, come on.
we understand. We understand.
Rob, come on, the context makes sense,
I
man.
don't know.
The context, yes, it does. It
No,
does.
it's
Come
when you start.
on.
You know when you start playing. Oh, there was a context around the red card. You start justifying red card. For
No,
me,
Rob, I think we're doing
a red
confirmational
card
bias.
is a red card is a red card, especially if it can be avoidable. That there was no. I've said
Yeah.
this. I tweeted this once the game was finished, and I said I especially once when he got the ban for one game when he got announced. I said I did not like Maresca's decision to run down the touchline.
Okay,
I
I
do not like that.
get it. No,
No,
Rob, I get what you're saying, but like I'm calling it confirmational bias
no, it's
because
not.
you obviously and Jesse would put a large amount of blame on our performances on the manager. If we were winning games and he did the same thing, got red carded, I don't think you'd be saying.
We won. We beat Liverpool. I was stoked. Last minute winner against who wasn't excited by the last minute win against Liverpool. But I
Of
look back.
course, yeah. Everyone was. I was at the game. I was there.
I
It
loved
was sick.
everything about that game except my manager getting sent off.
Now, I have a question where that is concerned, right? Was it or is it something that was implemented if managers
Jason,
do
I
that?
agree with you, Jason, man.
Was it? Is it a red card offense for managers to do that? Not to do that?
Yes, it's
Well,
it's a yellow. But he
No,
was
it's
already,
a second
he
yellow.
was
It's a
already on
second
the
yellow.
yellow.
Yeah.
He was already on the yellow
Yeah.
for arguing with the ref over I
well,
think
well,
and something.
this
But
then honestly, chairs, then he should have known better. So I understand where Rob is coming now.
Of course, yeah. Rob's stick is fair. Like Rob's point of view is from an angle of you've made the mistake. You didn't have to make that mistake, so I'm
no,
gonna critique the
it's not.
mistake.
It's not.
I'm on
It's,
the angle of I understand the mistake.
no,
So we're both right. Yeah.
if we did not have a red card problem, I would totally be fine with it. Right?
Understood.
I love the celebration. If it wasn't a yellow, I'll take it anyway. I'll take a yellow for it. If we were not a team that had a red card problem, I would totally understand it. The fact that I've been saying we have an issue with red cards. The manager is the one that's supposed to
Lead
kind
by example.
keep that in the body. Lead by example. For me, in that instances, what you didn't do
Yeah.
was more. What you didn't do was more powerful than what you did. If you went in the back into the dressing room and said, "Guys, I wanted to run down to dressing the Tyler room," but I remember I had a yellow card, so I refrained myself. Guess what that example set for the players. If I'm on the yellow, I gotta be careful. Gusto against Forest, I'm on the yellow. I can't go in for that tackle.
Rob, let's get into it because we've segued into it really early now. I'm actually happy. Everyone who's joining, smash the like button to get more people in here and get the chat moving, man. But Jesse and Rob, yeah, either one can join. So I have a theory. I think he is telling them to show a bit of fight. I think because they're quite young, because they're excited players. I'm like, well, when you're young, you experience the footballing world, the money, the good squad, the players around you. You can get to you a bit. I think he is telling them to go in and show a bit of quality and be a bit rough and tough. But I don't know if he's getting the balance correct. Every single team, you see Newcastle. Newcastle clearly are being told you need to be aggressive. Like Bruno, do dark arts. You think Eddie Howe's not allowing him to do that? Of course he is. You don't think Joe Linton knew he was doing yesterday when he's standing over Kudus? That's deliberate. I think we're trying to do the same thing, but I think he's not getting the message across. I think they're receiving it wrong, where we're getting red cards basically every single game. Now, the Chalobah red card and the Sanchez red card, I wouldn't class as petulant. They're stupid, but they're not the same as Rob, Jesse. What is listen? I think the Gusto one's worse than the lap. What's Gusto doing?
I think
one of
no,
you two needs to justify that to me. What's going through his head?
The lap is worse. I mean, at least Gusto is
They're both stupid, but both of them. What's going through their heads? Like, can you explain to me why?
For me, what's good? Gusto's trying to keep a clean sheet, and he's understand that he's doing. It was stupid. We're winning 3-0 for you to lunge in that way. Yes, but the lap to come on, and both of them would have been straight reds. If there's VAR, the first one to grab by the guy by the throat, that's a straight red. The second one is the exact same thing as Jackson against Newcastle. We look at a player and put it in and leaves in elbow. Both of them could have been straight red. He's lucky that they're both 2 yellows and that both and that both accumulating to red. The Joao Pedro one, right? He's already on the yellow against Benfica, and then he goes up with a high foot. He receives the red, right? And so either there is no fear, like, because I'm just thinking, like, if I'm playing for a manager a Mourinho, if you delap, do you even attempt to grab that guy by the throat if you know Mourinho is on the touchline?
But you feel like I can get away with it.
But I'm just saying, is there a lack?
Do you think Maresca's a bit soft?
That's what I'm saying. Is there that's my question. Because
to Jesse, what do you think, Jesse?
Because for me, there's the fear of repercussion of what's gonna happen if I do something stupid.
But Rob, sorry, Jesse. Maresca doesn't strike me as a pushover manager, though.
No, he doesn't.
Even after the game, we're going to bring his comments up, Rob and Jesse. Even after the game, he basically, in a professional way, swore at him and threw the book at him. Basically, he said, "You're an idiot."
Remember, I think the last week, even especially after Gusto, and he said, "I prefer to talk to them rather than punish them."
Yeah, because you have to talk. We have to be realistic as well. Again, it goes back. These players are young players, and we also have a young manager, and this whole entire team is still learning on the job. We don't really have experienced players on the field, ageable players, to tell these guys, calm down. What it is, I will agree with what Chairs is saying, right? I think the players, the momentum in the game does be with us at that moment, and they so don't want to lose. They have it. I don't know if it have some called over momentum, that it takes it like a rush of blood.
Yeah, over exuberance.
So when they don't want to lose, they try to do stuff and they do it badly. The execution is poor, and we end up picking up silly red cards. We end up picking up silly red cards. I think all the red cards we got from since the beginning of the season were silly red cards. All could have been avoided. Every single one.
I think they're just so eager to perform
and
show
that is it.
That is it. Obviously the anomalies are the lap. That's got nothing to do with that. And Joao Pedro's one is one of Champions League. That's got nothing to do with they're just being silly. Like, you're on a yellow card, just be a bit more sensible. It's got nothing to do with showing how much you care about Chelsea. Like, you're just being stupid. Gusto's one, over exuberant. Chalobah's one, let him score. Sanchez one, let him. Bro, just let what? What do you think it is? Like,
I will excuse.
I'm the same age, if not younger, than these guys. So why is it that I can use my brain? Do you think because on the pitch is different than watching it?
Because on the Trev one, I understand. On the Sanchez one, for me,
Rob, explain to me why is the Trev one. Explain to me why you understand that. To me,
no, in comparison to the Gustos and the Labs, and at least that's he's trying to make an attempt to stop a goal. Like, there's a footballing action involved, right? He's trying to make it. It's in the flow of a football game.
It's
It's
still
not.
stupid.
No, it is. It is not. It's not. It is not the best way to defend, but he's still trying to defend nonetheless, right? Sanchez, same thing. He's coming off his line, super keeper that he does more, often, and he just got there a fraction, a millisecond late, right? That those two, damage they were. I won't crush them so hard. It is the ones they know that they're on yellows and then they continue, and that includes the manager himself. Manager knowing he's on the yellow, running up the touchline. Gusto knowing he's on the yellow, going in for the tackle. Joao Pedro knowing he's on the yellow, going with a high foot. Delap getting a stupid yellow to start with, and then going into and doing that challenge that earned him a second yellow. Those for me
I know
are avoidable, and that starts with the manager. The manager himself should set an example and say, "I'm on a yellow. As much as I want to do this, there Gusto also will be like, I'm on a yellow. As much as I want to tackle him, I can." Joao Pedro also would be, I'm on a yellow. As much as I wanna go on a high foot, I better make a better decision. And that again, that leadership comes from the manager. But if the manager is running down the touchline, getting a second yellow, and then getting sent off, getting suspended, getting a one-game touchline ban, and then again, it's hard to tell them to try and be like, yo, you should not do this on the yellow. Because the player will be like, well,
the only thing I would say, out the chat, make sure you put in your comments. I'll see through your comments. I'll read them out in a second. The only thing I'll say is like it's the same manager, the same team from last year who's got more experience. It's the same guys. All the guys who've got red cards have been in the Premier League before. Why was I not seeing this last year? And now I'm seeing it this year.
Last season we were picking up red cards, but it wasn't as this consistent. Since the tail end of last season to now, we've been consistently picking up red cards.
Hey, then get in here there. I gave him the link. You can get. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry.
Yeah, we've been consistently picking up red cards.
No. This is more than consistent, Jesse. This is like nearly every game.
I was under today. I was telling myself, this might be a season where all of our players get a red card. It looks that way. Every player just might pick up a red card.
Honestly,
that will be ridiculous.
I don't know if more red cards reveal the reason. I don't know if less red cards reveal the reason. But I don't know what is going on. All I'm seeing is a bunch of idiotic decisions. Every game, different game state. They're all different as well. Some of them are the same. Delap and Gusto's one are very similar. Where it's just like, bro, you don't need to. You're on yellow already. Just relax. Well, the game's done. Delap, the game's done. All you got to do is run around. Yeah. That's it.
But
Gusto, you're 3-0 up. Like, why are you sliding with your foot?
But just my thing with that is that it's like Rob said, right? Maresca, these players will look to Maresca for some kind of guidance.
Of course.
You can't want to be on a yellow card knowing fully well you are on a yellow card. And yes, the energy, you would just score a last-minute goal, so you would want to celebrate with your team.
Mm-hmm.
You run down to the touchline. You picked up a red card. One match ban. Delap came on. I think it was like 5 minutes. He got a yellow card and a red card in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can't look at it. I'm sorry.
You can't go to the media after and say it was a stupid red card. You did the very exact same thing. You picked up a yellow card and you run down to the corner flag to celebrate with the team.
No, you man are moving mad now. I'm fighting this. No, I'm fighting this.
The reason why I say that, I just asked you guys. Is a red card for a manager, was that implemented? And you guys said yes. He should have known better.
No.
You need to be the example. We understand. Yes,
I understand the point. Rob, I feel like you're taking the context out, which then makes your point make sense. Like if I don't have the context,
No,
The
Chaz. The
context
reason
is
why it is we say this is because in that moment, I think he needed to demonstrate some sort of leadership.
Absolutely. There you go.
Because you can't be on a yellow and do it and then want
no,
to
but
come
I
and
can.
say Liam the lap and blame him and try to. You did the same thing. You did the same thing.
No. Listen. I get it. You and Rob are so cheeky, man. You're cheeky because the way you're saying it's very calm and collected as well. Especially Rob. I hate when he does that. Listen, Rob. I hear what you're saying, but Rob, that is literally our first big win at home for years. Like, I'm not gonna like. By the way, the bar is low. I know the bar is low. We haven't been in the Champions League. We haven't won the Premier League 10 years now, right? The Champions League, that's in a different country. The finals, Conference League, different country. The Carabao Cup, different country. We haven't beaten a Big Six team with that much hype in years, Rob. So I'm sorry, like I'll give him a blind for that. I'm not gonna use that and confirm it with my bias of his reason why we're getting some of the cards and go 2 and 2, put it together. It's on the manager. I do believe there's a part to play though.
What minute?
But on that instance, I'm not going to go, oh, you know what, Maresca, you're gassed, you won the game. Just do a little fist pump because you want to be mature. I like the fact he was in the crowd. I like the fact he did that.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yes, he had a yellow card. Yes, he had a yellow card. I get it, he had a yellow card, yeah. But at the same time, Rob, I kind of like the fact he was rebellious. Said, no, I want to celebrate my team because that means more than getting red card for the next game and being on the touchline.
Okay, let me ask this, right?
You need that engagement as a manager. You need that.
Okay. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. This is where this is where I'm going with this, right? There was
Joe, you get it. See, you get it, Joe.
There was 6 minutes at a time, right? Yes or no? In that
game,
there was 6 minutes at a time, 6 or 7.
Yeah. It was like 7 or something. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7 or 6. Yeah.
Esteban scores on the 95th minute. There's 2 minutes left for the final whistle to blow, right?
Yeah.
For me, you could have just waited 2 minutes and then you could have run the entire Stamford Bridge if you wanted to.
That's not the emotion, Rob.
That's
not in the moment.
No, actually, it is because the celebration went on after the final whistle. Joao Pedro came and was doing, was grabbing Esteban. The emotion was running wild.
The game's won.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Maresca, for me, should have restrained himself, and then as soon as the final whistle blow, go wild with the fans.
What's that got to do with the lap?
No, I'm not saying
nothing to do with the lap.
It has nothing to do with that. The point is,
that's your point. You're trying to say that the lap incident and the Gustav incident is as a result of him not being able to handle himself.
It's not.
No. Let me interject quick. Let me interject there. Right. The reason why it is, I said, the way he went in the press conference after the game yesterday, and what it is he was saying about Liam Delap, I don't think he should have come out in that way and say it, because he had a similar situation. He, in this instance, should
no.
Different, man. No. But here's what I'm saying, Chess, right? We started off by saying that this team is picking up a lot of red cards. The whole team as a collective, not just the players, but the manager included, right? Yeah. Yes, it's two different situations where is an on-field red card and Liam Delap got that, and Maresca wanting to celebrate. We can't put the two situations as different. Both of these situations should have some, what's the word I'm looking for? Disciplinary things, right? In terms of Maresca should know that my team is picking up a lot of red cards, and if I do this, I could be picking up a red card as well. I need to demonstrate to them that I have some sort of discipline where I know don't do this and be the leader, because they don't have leaders on the pitch.
No, I get what you mean. By the way, Robin, I love to make this point clear. I actually understand what you man is saying. I'm not arguing and shouting because I don't understand. I understand exactly what you two are trying to say. I disagree. Where I think you're micro-analyzing it a bit too much, because we've got so many red. That's my opinion. Because we've got so many red cards, because of the way he got the red card. Rob even said wait 2 minutes. That's over-analyzation. Why wait 2 minutes? You just scored last minute goal. Doesn't make no sense.
Because
in the moment.
Because after, if you wait one, the emotion is still there. It's not gone. The emotion is still there. The celebration went on long after the final whistle. It's not there. So it's not like he scored the 80th minute, and then it's gonna be 10 minutes between when the goal went in and when the final whistle blew.
But if the goal went in 80th minute, he wouldn't have done that though. That's my point.
Yeah, no, maybe
he's not running the touchline in the 80th minute if we score a goal. He's not doing that. The reason why he ran the touchline is because the game was practically done, in which it was.
Which for me, seeing how the celebration continued even after the final whistle, for me, mean he would have still just celebrated with the fan, goes and hug Esteval, go and shout, this
is hindsight. Chat, am I going mad? Save me. They're bullying me. They're bullying me, innit? They're bullying me.
Rob
and Jesse are bullying me.
No, I just think we just need some sort of leadership, and in that moment, Enzo Maresca should have known better.
Do you guys think he was right to pull at the lap? Jesse and Rob, do you think he was right to pull at the lap?
I agree he was right to go at the lap.
Okay.
What I think is he need to institute some form of a fear factor where the players know, oh no, I shouldn't do this. Because right now it seems like
after the laps one, they will know that though.
No, because he told Dilap that 4 or 5 times. Dilap still didn't. So Dilap still went and did anyway. Like that's the thing I'm told. Like you've told him the first thing, as I said, if he had a manager that he feared on the touchline, I don't think Dilap does the first act because you're stupid. Now, even the second one, even worse, because Maresca is shouting at you 3 or 4 or 5 times to stop and to settle down and to calm down, and he still does it.
Are we saying
like would you do? Massan wouldn't do if I'm around. Massan wouldn't do that.
Well, here's the question, boys. Is fear and respect the same thing?
No.
Do you need to fear a manager to respect them and listen to what they say managerial wise? That's not really an open-ended question. That's actually an honest question.
No, it's not about fearing it's fearing.
So why is being feared relevant then?
No, it's fearing the repercussion of your actions.
No, but the whole point of being fearful is that there is going to be a reaction to it.
Yeah.
So his reaction to someone getting a card doesn't need to be that what fear.
No,
he can be. You can be the most fearful people. Don't look fearful. That's the irony, right? That's what people say.
Yeah,
because they look kind, and you might know, like obviously for London and stuff, even for America is the same, and Trinidad, whatever. But it's the gangsters who you speak to them are actually the nicest people on a people level. They're not the ones who look the most riffraff and aggressive, right? So I don't need a manager to look like this all the time, like Ancelotti, and do that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think. I personally think if I'm a good manager, if I have fear and people don't listen to me, I think that's on you. There's some students in the class you just can't teach, no matter what you do. Right?
So now I have a question for you all, right? What would you have done? Yeah, coach. What would you have done in that situation when Tilla picked up the first yellow? What would you have done?
But
we have to be realistic.
I don't think it's what you do in that moment. It's what you do before those moments. Like we're talking about the discipline of the squad, right? That's basically what it comes down to. And I don't think that there's enough repercussions for the actions. Like I go back to even Lampard. Lampard was talking about this when he was manager. As poor as that period was, like they had his respect and they listened because he had a whole set of rules that you have to follow. $10,000 if you come out late to training, 15,000 here, whatever. And I'm not going to be one to say what motivates one person or the next. Like maybe money don't motivate people. Maybe it's a good tongue lashing or something like that or whatever. But you have to at least put something in to your into your disciplinary actions that resonates with the squad. You know, I got in with Jimmy. We're talking to Jimmy on in the chat, and I was like, yeah, what he's like, so what was Maresca supposed to do? There he is right now. Okay, here we go. So I'm waiting for him. So like I don't necessarily know what motivates him. I'm gonna say for me, motivation comes from in so many different forms. Some people are motivated by money, other people are motivated by whatever, you know, playing time, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. What you have to do as a manager is find whatever it is that motivates them and gets them up in the morning and make that part of whatever the disciplinary action is if you don't adhere to certain rules. So for me, it was money. For Jimmy, it's playing time. For somebody else, it might be something else. But the bottom line is you have to have some sort of system in place where people have to respect you. You know what I mean? And respect the laws of the team. Right now, it just looks to me like we don't have anybody that's really like instilling this into the squad right now, right? And I don't care about you guys are killing me with this like whole Maresca running down the touchline and getting like two yellow.
I agree.
It was murdering me listening to that. Like that's pure emotion. Like that's passion. That's what you want from your manager. Exactly. I don't care if he gets a yellow card and misses
No,
it. What I don't like is the stuff that's happening with the lap, with Gusto, Yao Pedro, all those things, all those types of red cards. Those are the ones that I take most issue with. Those are the things that you have to instill in their head. Listen, we're up 3-0. You don't need to be going in like that, Gusto. Just relax, okay? Actually, why are you out of position in the first place anyways? We're up 3-0. Secondly, with the Delap thing, I couldn't understand what this guy was doing. Like, I couldn't figure it out. It wasn't like the game was hot like that. You know, there was no real passion, or he didn't have to. It's not like he had to come into the game and feel like. What are you losing your head for, though? I don't understand what you're losing your head for at this point. Like, we're up, what, 3-1, 3-2, something like that. There's no real aggression in the game. Like, I don't think that like Wolves gave us anything that was physically domineering, where we had to bring in Delap and Delap had to like reset the balance of the squad. It wasn't like that. He was initiating all of that.
Listen,
it was crazy.
I can tell you for a fact, I can speak for all three of us here, four of us. We watched him come on, and the first one we all thought was stupid. The first one. Yeah. I know for a fact. Isn't it, Jesse? I'm going to let you speak in a second, bro.
Yeah.
Fact, right? And then when we saw the second one, we all knew what was going to happen, right? When you done the second thing. We already knew.
For sure.
Now, I genuinely can't blame Maresca for that. I'm saying, genuinely,
but what you can blame him for is this, though. This is what I think that we're talking about.
Well, hold on, yeah. Okay. Your point of view of there needs to be a punishment where people know you can't do that. Like you by the way, you can't do that and then walk up train next day and it will be okay. You miss your game and then you start training, showing teeth on the camera again. Like, you can't run that. The only problem is, like I said before, Couch, there's some students you just can't teach. There's certain maybe it's the age, maybe it's experience. I don't know what the factors are, but you don't need to be 23, 21 to know you're in a yellow card with 3 minutes left. 2 goals up, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, no,
like, the manager shouldn't need to tell you that.
No, the manager shouldn't need to tell you. The players should know.
So that's why I'm not going to look at the manager too much.
I'm saying the players should know that those actions are.
That's on them. There's only so much the manager can say.
My point is, if it's just one player, I would hear it, but it's throughout the team, which means it is something that the manager should take more seriously and should try to nip in the bud. And there needs to be something that deter players from making those stupid decisions. And
especially a young team.
Right now, there doesn't seem to be anything that deter them from thinking, I shouldn't be doing that, because if I get a red here, then next week I'm gonna have to run 10 laps, or I'm gonna give Doc 25,000 pounds, or I'm not gonna start for X amount of games and something like that. There should be some that deter players from making. No,
that don't make sense. You can't nuance reds.
No, I'm just saying. No, it's to the manager. It's the manager's discretion, right? He's the manager, so he gets to decide. That was stupid. Yes, this is stupid. This comes with the punishment. If you want to say, oh, the Sanchez one, yeah, that's if the manager doesn't think that one is severe, then that's fine. But it should be, there should be something.
Yes, Jimmy. Yes,
No,
Jimmy.
no, y'all missing the plot.
Getting-
No,
making
no,
decisions.
no,
Hey,
no,
Jimmy, let him land
no.
first. I'll let you land. Jimmy, I'll give you the floor. I'll give you the floor. Go on, Rob. I'll give Jimmy the floor.
No, that's what I was gonna say. There should be something in place that deter players from making those boneheaded decisions to go in for stupid challenges or like Dilap or Joao
No,
Pedro.
I disagree with that. That's just go way.
I
too far.
totally like. Sometimes it makes me feel like you guys never play organized sports.
What are you talking
First
about?
of all,
You seem like you don't play. You never play organized.
no, I'm gonna tell you why y'all say shit because y'all talk about the manager. Y'all, who runs the locker room?
The manager.
The manager.
You're out of your fucking mind. No sport I ever played. My manager ran the locker room.
I don't know what sport you're watching. I don't know what sport you're watching.
Exactly.
The manager.
The team. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk.
Who's running the
Let me
dressing room?
cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. Get out my kitchen. Get out my kitchen.
Man, the manager's an responsible.
Get out my kitchen. Get out my kitchen. Get out my kitchen.
Don't
Get
burn
out
it,
my
man.
kitchen.
Don't burn
You're
it
boiling
down.
water.
Get out my
You're boiling
kitchen.
water, brother. You're
Get out.
boiling water.
Get out. Get out my kitchen. Let me talk. When you have a winning team, the locker room is held down by the players.
Wrong.
The players hold down the locker
Do
room.
we have a winning team? Do we have a
No,
winning
let me
dressing room?
cook. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook. Let me cook, bro.
Jimmy,
Yo, all right, fuck it. Go ahead, you talk. Go ahead. You
Jimmy.
point. You make my point. You make
Okay,
my
I'll
point.
make it point for you.
You make my point. Make my point. Go ahead.
Here's your point.
Hey, you know what?
When you have a
Let's
veteran
give
room,
Jimmy.
when you have
Hold
a
on,
veteran room, the
Give Jimmy the
veterans
floor.
lead the room. You're right. So like
Couch.
John Terry,
Go
Frank,
ahead. Go ahead.
Lampard,
Make
all
my
these
point.
guys.
Nah,
But when you have
go.
a young team that's still learning how to win,
exactly.
you need the manager to be the reference point. That's what the manager's supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to win. This is what you're supposed to do in these situations. These lot don't know how to do that shit.
Exactly.
These little babies don't know that. So it's on him to take the instruction and say, listen, if you fuck up here, this is what the repercussion's going to be. Right?
No. Couch.
Okay, so what is it then?
Hold on. This is where I say y'all be. This is where y'all shot and fried. First of all, y'all don't know if there's a repercussion for getting a red. Hold on, let me talk. Y'all don't even know if there's a repercussion. That's number one. Just because people are keep fucking up, that don't mean there's a repercussion. There's you go to jail for murder. That don't stop people from killing. So don't say there's not a repercussion. We don't know there's not a repercussion. Number two,
he did say that in the manager though. He did say that in the presser though. That he doesn't he doesn't like to deal with that, right? He did say that in the presser though, right?
Number two, I don't know what he said in the presser. Number two, your locker room is held down by the captains. That's why captains are picked. And that's who holds down the locker room. When those stories came out about Rudiger, what were they about? Putting the young guys in order. It's not Maresca's fault because it's not a manager's job. It's not a manager's. Fergie didn't have to go in the locker room every time something went bad. He went in the locker room when shit went tits up.
Yes, but with
any other time,
no, but
hold on, let me finish, bro. Y'all gotta let me finish. Any other time, his captains are the ones who held it down. You hear Roy Keane talk about it. If there was a player that did something and violated, they would fight. They would literally threaten to what? We can go outside and fight. You might win, I might lose. But if you do that shit again, we're gonna fight. If his teammates, if the lap teammates are not the ones that's most pissed off, it's nothing the manager can say or do that's going to make them stop.
I agree with the sentiment of your point. I agree with the sentiment of your point because in most dressing rooms that have strong leadership, yes, it is the manager. It is the leadership that takes control of that. But
and this is my point.
when you're
If
void
you
of
don't
that,
have it, it's never gonna stop. That's the
Right.
point. That's
let me finish.
and that,
Let me
yo,
finish.
it's not gonna.
Jim,
You cannot, yo, couch.
Jim,
You
let me
don't
finish.
build those type of people. You
Jimmy,
don't
let me
build
finish
them.
what I'm gonna say. Let me finish what I'm gonna say. I
Yeah,
agree with
let me
you.
finish.
The sentiment of what you're saying right now is right. Like when you have a strong dressing room, it is going to come from the leadership. It's going to come from the captains. That's why Chelsea were unbeatable all those years at home, because they had like 8-9 captains for their international captains in the locker room. But when you have a team of young players 21 and under that haven't really gone through the regimen of what it means to be in a big team and I understand what it means to win collectively, it's on the manager. The manager has to instill the principles for winning. The principles for discipline.
But as a squad building, when you're building a squad, you have to give him somebody who can be his voice. You're openly, hold on, you're openly saying we don't have that guy. Well, bro,
I want to piggyback on Jimmy's point. Listen, I was trying to tell this before Jimmy came in and done his thing. Be up. Couch for joining, by the way. They say it properly in the description below. The Bridge Nation as well down below. Jimmy's channel will be down below as well. And Jesse's is there already. And Rob's Twitter is there. So everyone who's joining. Listen, yeah. Rob's point is spot on. Sorry, Jimmy's point is spot on. This is the point, yeah. We don't have necessarily the characters. We can't sit here and guarantee we're going to develop these captains. The manager's already come out and said James ain't that guy. James is never going to be that guy. He won't. I can't.
He's that guy on the pitch.
There we go. I can't.
Not in the locker room.
I can't. Give me a name of somebody in the dressing room who's going to go, yeah.
We don't have one.
Don't get those red cards. And Couch, to your point, yeah.
Closen's not that guy, bro.
You've got to install the mentality. I've given you the example already with the school kids in a classroom.
That's not real, man.
Just because you tell the students don't do something doesn't mean they're all going to listen. 90% might.
So then if you tell the students don't do what is the
you telling me? Oh,
when the students don't do what you tell them what to do, what's the repercussion?
Who's going to go into leaders anyway?
You get suspended, right?
That's the only repercussion in football. Couch. The reason the disagreement we had earlier is, and I keep telling you, I even brought the discussion to another set of friends of mine to see what they thought, and they all said the same thing. You can't affect players with money nowadays. It's too much money.
I'm not gonna profess to know what people motivate people, because people are motivated by money.
It's not about motivation. Couch. It's not about motivation. One thing we do know for sure that all players want is to play. So if the penalty is if you fuck up, you're not going on the pitch. That's all he can do.
Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth about this, because like I agree with you. There are other ways to discipline teams, but you can't tell me that taking money out of somebody's pocket is not going to be an effective method. Like you'll never.
They don't care.
You will never convince me of that.
Yeah,
a guy that's making like 50 grand a week. A guy making 50 grand a week, and then you take 10K out of that. You don't think he's gonna be?
But you can't. You gotta understand that, Couch.
What do you mean?
You can't take. You can only find him relative to what he made.
Okay,
y'all gotta understand.
Then what was Lampard doing?
Yo, that's what he's talking. That's his mouth talking. That's his mouth. Go look it up. These guys are in unions. You can. Yo, Couch. Y'all niggas lie. Hold on. Couch, when the same thing y'all fucking did when I mentioned load management, y'all cuckoo like fucking idiots. And then now, when it worked out last year and everybody came out, yes, load management. Now everybody sit here and act like, yeah, Jimmy didn't say that.
You're using Kawhi Leonard as an example.
I'm using, and that's exactly what they did with Reece James. They load managed him like Kawhi fucking Leonard. Yeah, I was right. Yes, you niggas did.
You're not listening. You're talking and not listening. I said I wanted Reece James to be playing in the most optimal position. It had nothing to do with load management for me.
Yes, it did. Had to do with load management. I got the whole stream straight.
You're gonna play for 30 minutes.
Y'all, what I said didn't make sense, and I'm telling you right now, finding a player don't do shit. They make too much money.
Okay.
They make too much money for those little ass fines.
Anyone else agree with
Let's
that?
dwell on that point. It's such a relevant point. Hey, Jesse, talk to me. Just in your opinion, then Ahmed to talk and Rob, then we can go to another discussion. This is going.
I will go back to initially what it is I said at the beginning. Yes, Jimmy, what you are saying that yes, players should be able to run the dressing room, but if we don't have these players to run the dressing room, then they will have to look to the manager. The manager will have to step in. We all here could safely say we don't see anybody on that field, on that pitch, that could carry this team.
Yeah, Jimmy's saying that, by the way. We agree. We agree. Yeah,
This is
Jimmy's
what I'm
saying
saying.
that.
And that's what I've said. It's only so much a manager could do. I'm asking y'all. Yeah, it ain't. That's why it comes down to the locker room is ran by the players. It's only so much a manager can do.
Now, here's what I will say. Here's what I would add. And I said this before as well. We also, as fans, we need to understand that the manager himself is learning on the job as well. He is a young manager.
Yeah.
He is this whole entire team, as that's why I say as a collective. This is why I blame everybody here. I can't just blame Delap, and I can't blame Maresca, and I blame everybody here. So now this team as a collective have to find ways to limit down these red cards and try to mature a little bit more. They need to see.
This ain't maturity. These are actually dumb players. I think that's the thing. No, all jokes aside, I think y'all are giving them a pass as maturity. Yeah, yo, bro. No, every 21-year-old, 22 is not running around getting red cards. These are actually stupid players. Let me see if y'all gonna argue with me. Is Jackson a dumb player? Yes or no? Okay. Is Gusto a dumb player? Yes or no? Is Delap a dumb player? Yes or no? So these are dumb players. You can't ask a manager to
keep going.
A manager.
Is your player?
Oh, definitely dumb. Definitely dumb.
Is James a dumb player?
Who? No, Reece James can be hot-headed, but he's not a dumb player.
So, but he got a couple.
He got a red card last season.
Did you just hear what I said? He can get hot-headed, but he's not a dumb player. Those other players are dumb. They are flat out dumb.
Ahmed, you can't admit though.
About the manager as well.
Jesse, you do realize what Ahmed makes his point. You know, we're all agreeing. Like everyone's agreeing.
Yeah.
We're nuancing what solution should be. That's where the money thing came in. But we all agree we haven't got enough experience in terms of overall quality-wise. We haven't got a lot of leaders, or if any. And the manager's also not a leader because he's inexperienced. So we all agree.
He man himself got a red card as well. So
I'm not gonna. You can't say all of that. You can't say all of that. And I just watched our manager lead us and beat the best club in the world. You can't tell me the manager's not a leader. That I disagree with. I disagree with. I completely disagree with. I disagree that Maresca's not a leader. I disagree with that.
You better start leading them, man, because these red cards are coming in thick and fast.
I think
what's that again, Jimmy?
I think for me, what should have happened is that the bleeding should have kind of been stopped a lot sooner, because right now we're on like, I think it was a red card number 8 or 9 or something like that within like a short period of time. Right, that bleeding should have happened a lot sooner. I think there should have been a player that should have been used a lot more earlier as an example. I think, unironically, Gusto was like the perfect player to use because we were up by a few goals. You know, you could have really used him as the example player to like kind of like obviously berate out in public and like, you know, obviously keep it pusher and do whatever you need to do behind.
But that's what he just did to Delap.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that should have happened sooner. I'm saying it should have happened sooner, Jimmy. That's the point I'm trying to make.
You think that would have made Delap not do what he did?
No, that's not the point.
Thank you. I don't get what y'all. It would not have made Delap. Delap has been doing that. Hold on, Delap has been doing that since he's been playing football.
Wait. I'll just mute him. Jimmy, don't interrupt him.
No, because the point I'm trying to make, yes, maybe it would have stopped Delap right now or not to do what he did, but I think it would have reduced the number of red cards you would have had at the very least. Yeah, because of the other red cards you got. A lot of the other red cards were like kind of like stupid mistakes, right? Where some of the players were either a bit too eager at times to try to get the ball, or it was like some situations where we just got a stupid yellow in general, right?
I know what he's gonna say. I know what he's gonna say, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The point isn't whether it would have worked or not. Ahmed's point is he should have come out and said it anyway. So if it didn't work, then we could look at him. If it does work, then we can still look at him.
Yeah,
every red card is not the same. You can't compare the lapsed red cards.
I agree with that.
Hold on, wait. Chalaba red card was a football play. As bad of a mistake it was, he was playing football.
But that's why I specified. No, wait, but Jimmy, that's why I specified Gusto's in particular, because Gusto's second yellow was an extremely stupid second yellow, right? Because he just literally jumped onto a man when we were like 3-1 up at that time. It was the 84th minute. There was no need for him. 2-0 at the time. There was no need for 2 or 3-0, whatever it was. We were leading very highly. There was no need for him to even do that.
Okay, so let's live out your situation. He lambasted Gusto in the public, right?
Yeah.
The lap comes in play. The lap led the fucking Prem in yellow cards last year. You think the lap came and got those 2 yellow cards because of what's going on at Chelsea?
I've not criticized what he's done with the lap. I'm just talking about.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You just said if he would have criticized those other guys, maybe it would have nipped it in the bud. No, the lap is over aggressive and he's very petulant. That's how he's always been. Maresca said after the first yellow, he told the lap 4 times to chill out, and then he still went and did that. That's why he came out in the media. He said it was embarrassing and he deserved it. When Jackson got his reds, he didn't say that. He said Jackson was being aggressive and was playing football. And when you actually look back at the replays on Jackson Reds, they wasn't as bad as they wasn't. If you take away your fucking passion in the moment, it wasn't even as bad as they seem. What the lot did was not even comparable to Jackson. Even what Jackson did in the Club World Cup, go watch it back. Jackson's head was down. He never saw the player coming. So you can understand, oh shit, as rash as the tackle was, he didn't even see the guy. So it was a poor tackle, but it was in the spirit of playing football. What the lap did was jump and throw an elbow after mushing somebody in the face.
Rob, I was literally gonna let you land after
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that was gonna stop Delap's red card. Again, I know what the type of player Delap is, an aggressive player. I get that. But my point is about the overall squad and us trying to reduce some of the stupid red cards that we've gotten. All right, that's why I use Gusto as an easy example for some of the stupid red cards we get, so stupid yellow cards that we have received. Yes, Delap will probably have done what he did. But it's also about making sure we reduce the collective reds that we've got. It's not just specifically one red or one red towards the lap, which I totally understand.
What Ahmed telling is fine. Like, I don't really get.
I don't have no problem with what Ahmed saying, but I'm just trying to think. I want y'all to tell me what is the manager supposed to do that?
That's why I'm not commenting. But that's why I'm not commenting. Yeah, that's why I'm not commenting on the lap's red card.
Very quickly, it's a good debate. Yeah. I get it, but we need to kind of move it on a little bit. Rob, will be the fair solution. Let everyone land first. Unless they say something crazy, then you can interrupt them. But Rob, will be a fair solution. I'll let you start, and everyone else, I'll go then next. Yeah. So Rob, what will be your solution to this? Because this is a massive issue, by the way. I hope you know that. This ain't no like little thing.
Yeah,
it's pissing me off.
No, there should be. Maresca should definitely consider, playing time into consideration. And also training, I've been in training with
your church school.
Lower level. There's things that you do in training that everybody knows.
You in church football? Wow, man, that's
rough. Listen, Rob, I hear that, but one thing y'all got to keep in mind: we're in season. We're playing 2 games a week. You can't run a player down in training. That's just the reality.
If you get it
right, I know that shit. What y'all talking sound good, but in professional sports, you can't run your player down. Because I even threw that out there to a friend of mine who played lower level football. He said, Jimmy, that sounds good, but in reality, a coach, he can't actually run his player down in practice when you're playing 2 games a week. You can't do that.
Hey Rob,
The only thing you can do is take football away from him. You can't run. You can't. This practice, I'm just gonna run him. Then what the fuck is he gonna do for the game? He's gonna be. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's not
I said as much on the last stream with Don. It's tougher to say that you're gonna use the training to whip them into shape.
No, but you can't
overtrain them.
No, let's this point, maybe we didn't hear the
I'm not saying that, just running a player down isn't the only thing that players despise doing in training, right? Clean everybody's boots. That's not gonna run you down, right? Or I don't know, you go and you I don't know, fetch snack for everybody, or
hey Jimmy, you'll get your chance, bro.
We go to dinner and you paying for everybody, and like little things like that that would deter some, that would deter player playing time.
Rob, that
and
was
do
stupid.
things that not only like imagine Dilab coming and say you're gonna wash the boots of Reggie Wash.
Rob, you just said pay for everyone's meal. These men are like $100,000 a week.
No,
I don't look. No, you think he cares about washing the boot?
I'm giving an example.
Sorry, Mr. 100K a week.
Besides playing time, there's a lot of things that players do not like to do in training or when you were together. Washing people's boots is one of them. And
Rob, so let me. So if he says I'm not washing a fucking boot, then what you do? Because if you think these young players nowadays not gonna look you in your face and say I'm not washing no fucking boot, what you gonna do? I'm on an 8-year deal, $100,000 a fucking week. I ain't washing no boot. Now what?
This is the thing. This is the thing, though. This comes back to the managerial authority. You think if Pep Guardiola is telling a player wash everybody's boot, the player saying no?
You think Pep Guardiola got to tell somebody to wash your boot?
But he doesn't even have to, because a player would be like, yo, I don't want to do that because Pep is gonna get on me.
Yeah, you know why? Because he got a locker room with veterans that they don't have to reach that far. Blame your fucking Win Stanley and Stewart for building this dumbass squad. Yes. I know you would, because you love these dudes. This fucking team is poorly built.
Are you from
Xabi Alonso he has a dressing room full of superstar, and he's instilling his authority on the dressing room. Well, they don't like it, but he's still doing it anyways.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Rob,
I don't know.
The reason why I want to hear Den's solution.
Yeah, so you think Xabi Alonso got to put people in Real Madrid in order? Yo, chill out, bro.
He's doing it.
Yo, it's Real Madrid, bro. You go to Real Madrid, you just get in line. Nobody goes to Real Madrid and get out.
Stop giving Jimmy ammo. Like, stop using Pep and Real Madrid examples. They're not.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Like, who goes to Real Madrid and be like, I'm gonna do what I want to do? Never happened.
What's it, Jimmy? What is that wrong?
I said there has to be something that will deter players from doing it. If Jimmy can just come like, oh, there's nothing you can do, there's nothing a manager can do. Well, I
already said what a manager could do. I said you can play in time. That shit you talking about is shit that worked for high school. Oh, you got to clean the boots, and a player nowadays will look you in your face and go clean your mama crotch. Which boots? I ain't cleaning no boots. Find me. Find me.
You think if I don't listen, if a player wouldn't listen to Jose Mourinho, they wouldn't.
The kids watching this, man.
If a player,
who's kids watching this?
I think Jimmy is right. The only thing we could really, Maresca could do right now is playing time.
Playing time.
That is the.
But again, you can't say playing time. Like that can't be the only thing. I'm sorry, because Gusto not playing is not really impacting us. It's not really impacting him. It's impacting us.
It's impacting him. What do you mean he wants to play? Well, Couch, if you're not willing to make the long-term sacrifice, then you don't make the discipline. You know that as a parent. Stop. You got kids. You know that. You know that.
What do you mean stop?
You know sometimes you gotta. What do you mean what I mean?
Yes, I understand that. You have to make the sacrifices at that. You think a squad that has 8-9 injuries should be looking at discipline for a red card when
my God, so y'all
guys are coming back from injuries, going back up for injury. Like, let's just be realistic about the situation.
So there's no solution. So what are we saying here then? So y'all saying don't do anything?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that
I want to hear his opinion, Jimmy.
And I
what's your
said,
opinion,
the
bro?
one thing
What's
I
your-
did say that you were like, no,
Yeah.
nobody's, they don't care about that is, yeah, you fucking find these guys.
Don't they dock their wages? I know they've docked wages before. That I think Couch is a good
Nobody
point.
don't give a
You
fuck
can
about
dock,
that.
you can dock a week's worth of wages. Like,
I don't know about a week's worth, but
You can't dock no week's worth of wages, bro.
That's
You
what
no.
I mean.
cannot
You're only
do
saying
that.
Jimmy, the reason why I agree
I
with
don't know
Jimmy,
about no week.
is
I don't know
Ahmed
about
to
no week.
Ahmed
I didn't go that.
Couch
I wouldn't go that
respond
far.
first.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, Couch.
I know,
Couch
but like
Ahmed,
these,
yeah,
I think he's
Come
to
on.
what 2 weeks suspension or something, 2 weeks dock suspension.
No.
So I
Ahmed
need to
and
hear
Couch,
about that.
I need
Yeah,
you to respond to my point here. 'Cause I agree with Jimmy.
good.
In red cards, like I think Rob said it, the red cards aren't all the same. So we're doing too much nuance. Like
Fair
he
enough.
can't 1 week. Like Chalobah's red card is different to the Lap's red card. The Lap's red card is different to Gusto's. They're both dumb. But how are we going to quantify? Oh yeah, by the way, you get a fine, you don't. You might get. Come on, it's not realistic. Be realistic.
Yeah.
No,
What do you mean,
it's your
signing for
team.
red
When
cards?
you fuck up, when you fuck up,
when
bro.
you're finding for the red card is there's too much nuance and variables and factors that go into it. It's hard just to go. You got a red card, you get fined.
It's not just
Yo.
you got a red card, you got fined though. Like we're talking about petulance. That's what we're talking about.
It's not illegal.
Like when you take something,
Yes, it
something like
is.
the lap
Yo, y'all, listen.
Let
No,
me just finish. When you take something like the lap did and you compare it to what Chalobah did versus what even like Sanchez did, those are completely different in my
Completely different. Yeah.
Completely
Those football
different.
players. Those
But
guys
when
are
you're
playing
talking about
football.
petulance and not listening to the manager, like the manager's telling you 4 or 5 times, relax, and then you go get a red card. That to me is a horrible
100%
offense.
cut. Yeah, 100%.
You
But
feel me?
but you can't find him. You can't find him because he's still playing football. Under what pretense are you finding him? It's illegal. You see the dude that said it's illegal? It is illegal.
It's
You
not
cannot
illegal.
just.
It's not illegal.
Bro, what is. Wait, I got 2 red cards. Why are you finding me?
Because there's rules to this game. There's rules
No,
to our locker room.
Couch.
It's
They're
not.
They're in a union. He's playing a sport. He has a red
Jimmy,
card. That's a part of the
I
sport.
work for
You
a union.
cannot
I
take
work
his
for a
money
union
for
a
that.
living.
Guys,
I
so
work for
here
a union for a living. I'm a union boss.
Go
I understand what the
Jesse.
union is.
I
It's the
have a
dressing
question,
room.
right?
The code of
Just now-
conduct.
just
The
now,
code of
Jimmy.
conduct is set up by the team, not the FA. If
Yeah.
Chelsea
If he-
Football Club say you can't do this as a Chelsea football player, this is what the fine is. They can set those fines. Are you?
No, they
serious?
cannot, bro.
Now, here's-
Yo, they can
Okay.
challenge all.
Okay.
Bro,
Here's my
they're.
question, guys. Here's my
Oh
question,
my
guys.
gosh.
Here's my question, because we
Go
are
on.
basically speaking about 2 different things here. It have red cards where you can get when you actually playing football, and it have stupid red cards, right? So now, how do we, or manager, how does the manager set what is a disciplinary, a red card to get disciplined?
He cannot
and a
find
red
him.
card in game
Exactly, it's
football?
two bloodlines.
We need to know what we need to separate the two, because we are
Hey, boys,
speaking
can we
2
come up
different
with some
things here.
can we come up with some realistic solutions, please?
Bro, you cannot find somebody for getting a
I'm
red
telling you,
card.
Jimmy,
Jimmy,
you're
but you
talking a
can't.
lot. Give me some
can't.
realistic ones.
You
cannot.
can find them.
You cannot.
You can
You
find them
cannot.
for conduct. You
If
can
he
find them
agree,
for
if he don't agree to pay that fine, you can't take it from him.
Again, it's in the code of conduct of the player.
No code of conduct. Those rules you talking about in the locker room, that's agreed amongst the players.
Exactly.
That is not in the contract. So if he says, I'm not paying that shit, you can't take it from him.
And you know what the funny thing is? Those are the exact type of people that you don't want in your club. The exact
Exactly.
type of people.
Exactly. So guess what you do? You don't fucking play him.
Exactly.
Jimmy, how
That goes right to my point.
Jimmy,
go back to
Jimmy, how many times have you heard in American football or in basketball people say
Ahmed, you speak
the
up
team
here.
suspended a player without pay for 1 game without pay? How many times have you heard that? It happens all the time.
That's
Yeah.
yo.
In the NFL,
That's
it happens.
what,
In
for
basketball,
what,
it happens.
yo, Rob? For what?
But the NBA
Conduct detrimental to the team.
Yes, which is exactly getting that red.
That's not.
and
Rob, Rob, shut up for a second. Rob, shut up. Nobody's ever got fucking fined for fouling out. Oh, he got 6 fouls. I found him.
No.
It doesn't happen. That's what a red card is.
That would be a part of the
Who
contract.
decides?
I'm not gonna lie. Jimmy's
A
right.
red,
Jimmy's
Rob,
right.
a red card is the.
I got
A
it.
red card is a part of the game, Rob.
I
You
got
can't-
it.
you
Yes,
can't
what the
give a
fuck is
player-
you talking about?
A red card will be a part of the game.
Yeah, you
What
can't
What
do
you
that.
talking about, Rob? You sound dumb as
winding
fuck.
Jimmy up. You're winding Jimmy up. Stop it.
No,
man.
he's not winding me up. If you think you're winding me up, you sound like a dickhead. Only thing you're doing is making me think you're fucking stupid. You
got
can't
it.
wind me up.
You see you do
I'm
that.
always on the edge. I don't know if y'all realize. You can't wind me up. Only thing you can make me do is think you're fucking stupid.
What I'm saying is,
I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ain't learned that from me by now.
Jimmy.
I go from 0 to 60 for nothing. You can't wind me up.
All right,
Only
let
thing
me
you
say-
can make me
yes,
think is you're
I know.
fucking retarded.
I know, Jimmy. Who determines the conduct that you made with the team? Who determines that?
Rob, it literally has to be somebody.
Answer my question. Who determines that?
They're in a fucking union. What are you talking about?
No. Who determines
Rob,
that the conduct was the
Rob, tell me something more specific. Rob, you're being too vague. Tell me something more. Whose suspension are you talking about? Name me a suspension.
Who's the Carter for the Philadelphia Eagles? He got suspended for 1 game without pay by the Eagles.
No, he got suspended by it. No, he did not get suspended by the
NFL, mate.
No, he got suspended. The league suspended him. He spit on somebody.
Yes, but who ducked his pay?
No, idiot. He got suspended by the league.
Who ducked his
Find
pay?
him. The league.
The league.
Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. First and foremost, I think we're separating league play, like
Yes,
NBA,
that's from the
NFL.
league.
That's a completely different thing.
No, it's not even about. It's not even. No,
Giving these examples.
no. Couch. No, it's not different. If 2 players on the pitch and I spit on you, you're going to be fined by the EP. By the prim is going to fine you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the equal of that. A player spit on another player, so he got fined by the league. Rob is trying to make it seem like the team dock him. The team don't dock shit.
No.
That's from the league.
Exactly.
Rob, an easy example is like, obviously the situation with Enzo last season. If I'm not mistaken, it was the league that gave him whatever happened with him. It wasn't Chelsea that gave him.
Chelsea didn't do shit.
Yes,
Chelsea didn't do a thing.
Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, so
it's different.
But I think for me, sorry, but either way, like I just feel like for me, either way, in regards to this like discipline stuff, I just think Jimmy is right to the general stake, right, in terms
just
of like,
real quick, like just so you know, the FA does suspend, because even when something that's a little bit closer to home, when John Terry did what he did to Ferdinand, he got suspended by
the league.
Yeah, with the league, because it happened. Because it happened. I think.
Go on, finish your point.
I would just say at the end of the day,
Suarez too. Remember Suarez? Yeah, my bad.
No, I would just say. Yeah, I just think, listen, simply at the end of the day with the discipline stuff, I think the manager, just in general, should have made the berating comments a lot sooner to an example where you could cook a player, not Chalaba obviously, but like a player that did a stupid thing. That's why I use Gusto again. But simply, obviously, playing time is the ideal method, obviously, of course, right? Which I agree with too. I just think, luckily, with the Delap situation, we're in a situation where we still have Mark Guida, right? So at least, playing time can be excluded from him, right? In terms of that. That's a good example of like where we can actually use that match time and everything to cook him, right? In terms of like him not playing. But obviously, with some of the other positions where that stupidness has occurred, we might not be as lucky, I should say, as of right now. But listen, there's only so much we can do. All we can hope is that this stuff kind of subsides.
Can you imagine if we get another red card after this?
I mean, listen,
you know what I think is going to happen? I really think that this is a watershed moment. Like this guy, the lap thing only shows what we've all been talking about. There's lack of leadership in that room right now, right? And the fact that there's just a lack of leadership, right?
Yeah, facts,
all these things we're talking about, whether it be finding the players, which is true. You can't. It's not going to be Chelsea that's finding them. It's set up by the players 100%. Within the dressing room. That is a fact.
100%.
Right? Yeah. So all of these things that should be in place that aren't in place. Maresca now coming out into the media and saying, "Listen, this guy's a fucking idiot, man. Like seriously, I told him 4
embarrassing.
That is an embarrassing. And keep in mind that these guys are all super competitive, all super like high intense guys. Like all of these things are going to impact how they respond to these types of things, right? Okay, well, I don't want to get embarrassed like that.
Embarrassed like that. Agreed.
That impacts me.
Yep. Yep.
I don't want to be called an idiot in the media and stuff like that.
Literally
Like
called him
some of
an
that
idiot, can't be
managed.
He
Can't be
wasn't. He
coached.
was an idiot. He was.
Oh, without question. Without question.
Yeah, no question. I agree.
Like that's what when Jimmy said before about like there's like I said it before even Jimmy said it in a classroom. There's certain youths you just can't say much to anymore. You tell them stop, they still do it. You tell them stop, you still do it. It's only an example of murder and all that stuff. But the premise is people know the rules and they still break them. So the point is that like if the age of the squad is where it is and they're not going to develop it and they might never develop a captain mentality, leader mentality, then it is on the recruitment. So we all agree. None six of us here are going to disagree with that. Okay.
Yeah,
I do think. Yeah.
But the
think
problem is we're dealing with the cards we have, and the cards we have don't seem to be improving. And my issue is we need to use the right word, very much improve. Because
my worry is
we're doing this, Ahmed. We're stagnating.
Yes, I agree. My worry a bit more is that
change? What I'm trying to
my worry has always been like this. Like I look at some of the games, right? Some games, like for example, the Sunderland game, I really did not feel like the attitude we came into that game was the correct one, right? And that, of course, is like part of that problem. Of course, comes back to again, you have a young squad. How like I look at this also like from like. How do you motivate them? How do they self-motivate before I even go to the match? Right? How do you self-motivate for that game? Because it's easy to self-motivate against a Liverpool game. You know, when I went to watch the Liverpool game at the Bridge, these guys were motivated, bro. They were running. They were doing the hard yards.
It's the big game.
But when you're facing Sunderland, you know, maybe a guy that, even though they're not obviously face relegation right now because they're playing really well, but they're essentially the equivalent of like a relegation side, right? How do you motivate yourself to play against them at 3 p.m. kickoff, right? What do you say? What is your thing to go out there and play that game, right? Because for me, I feel like against these small opponents, that's a big issue that we have.
Hey, Ahmed, you actually... I'll ask a question to the panel, yeah? And Ahmed's made the question. Is us losing to Sunderland, Rob, is it a mentality thing or a squad thing? Because I'm going to layer it.
Mentality.
Why did we lose against Sunderland? Why did we lose against Sunderland?
Because we got the worst center backs in the league. That's a squad thing. Like, what the fuck? Mentality.
Yeah, Jimmy, I don't have an answer. It's for you, man, to answer.
Oh, I got one. I got one.
I have one as well.
Yeah, our center backs are just not awful.
So we'll do Rob, then Jimmy, Jesse, and then Couch can finish. So Rob, what are you saying?
I don't think it's a squad thing. I think even with the squad that we had, we should be able to beat Sunderland. I think for that particular game, as Maresca himself said, he prepared for a back four, got there. I don't know why he didn't have a back five plan in his back pocket, because everybody and their grandmother know there's a chance that they're gonna come back and start with a back five, because everybody knows that's how you have a better chance at beating Chelsea. So I think Maresca coming and saying, well, we had to scratch out our game plan and I had to come up with a game plan in 10 minutes. For me, that was, you can call it lack of preparation, because we came in to prepare.
Hold on. How many days did they have to prepare for this match? Like, hold on, Jimmy. How many days did they have to prepare for this match? After they played midweek and then play again like at the weekend. It's not like you have like 6 different plans that you can go through.
But even Couch. But you know what? But Couch, you know what he even said? Even it sound like even more fuckery. You said he had to make my point for me. Rob, wait. If we let you keep going. Nah, if you let you keep going, then the fuckery what you just said got slide. You said
for me then.
Yeah, I am. You said 10 minutes. You said
No, don't make your point. Make my point for me then. Go, make my point.
I am. You said that he had to switch up the plan last 10 minutes, and within the first 5-10 minutes of the game, we had a goal. So I think that plan kind of, when you say the plan didn't work so bad, he said he had to switch it.
I forgot the game was only 5 minutes. I forgot it's only
5 minutes. But you said you just said.
I thought it was 90 minutes.
Rob, I'm going off of what you said. You just said. He said he had to switch his plan right before the match started, right? Or right during the match, in the match. Yes. When he came out, he started the match with no back five. So he switched his plan and then he got a goal, right?
Getting a goal within 5 minutes.
Then he switched. Oh, so you said the goal? Huh?
It doesn't necessarily mean your game is working. The game plays. We got lucky. We turn them over and then we counter straight away.
Okay, so wait. Let me say what else we got. We got a goal. We took the lead, right? And then the second half, we had 70% of the ball.
Okay, what's your point?
So we dominated the
No. What did we do with 70% of the ball?
No, that's on the players.
No. That's exactly what Sunderland wanted us to have. 70% of the ball and do nothing with it. That's exactly
that's what Sunderland wanted?
Yes.
They told you that?
No. I know. Yeah, I watch football. They were comfortable holding on to giving us the ball, and we go side to side, and then they will hit us on the counter when they got a chance. Just like every low block team.
So Maresca told Reece James and Caicedo to have their worst games of the year.
Jim, you're smart.
I'm just asking.
You start going into. Did he tell you that?
I asked you. Did Caicedo play well?
He didn't have his best game. No,
he had his worst game, right?
Well, I can argue United was worse.
Hey, you know, everyone else needs to have an opinion. Like Jimmy, what's your opinion?
It's the fucking players. What you tell me? If Chelsea went to go play, and you saw in the team's back line Josh Chimpang and fucking any one of them other motherfuckers, what would you expect us to do?
Fairs.
All right, that's all I needed to say. That's all I needed to say. None of them, it's hard to, what do you say you need to build a team? A spine, right?
We're talking about Sunderland.
We're talking about a spine. You keep talking about Sunderland. Meanwhile, Sunderland, what place is Sunderland in? Can somebody tell me what place Sunderland is in? Third, right? Fourth or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So, Rock, what you're saying is irrelevant. You can shut that shit up.
Yeah. To Jimmy's point, Jesse's gonna go next. By the way, not Jimmy. It's gonna be Jesse.
You build the team through what? Your spine, your keeper, your center backs, your midfield, your striker. How much of that?
The point is that the spine of the team. Ahmed will give you this. He speaks on it with Sky Sports. Big Ahmed doing his thing. Yeah.
Big up, man.
The spine of the team is the issue, bro.
It's the most important.
If we had bad right backs and left backs, but a cold centre back pairing like Reece James level,
you'd be all right.
I don't think we lost many games this season. But the problem is our main areas.
Liverpool has that.
Our spine is the problem.
Our main areas we're faltering. And by the way, using Sunderland example, right, is not a good example because 9 games in. So I'm not going to say it in the same breath and go, our centre backs are terrible. It just means when you're 1-1 at home.
No, our centre backs are terrible. I don't think that's up for debate.
I think terrible the level we're trying to get to. You're not terrible in the Premier League.
No. So I disagree a little bit on that one with you. I would say
our centre backs are not terrible.
Tyler Burton-Tosin cannot be a starting centre backs, bro, in your Premier League. These guys are generally meant to be backup options realistically for you. If one of your main starter goes back, these guys probably should be slotting in there. That's realistically what Tosin and Talibot should be for you. The problem is obviously that's not been the case for us, right? And then obviously, we haven't used a Champong here. Even Hato to an extent has had to be used at times, right, to be deployed there in terms of the stability, right? And I think that is a big problem that we have, which is one aspect. I think the other problem that we've got now is that usually when your defense is rubbish, the thing you need to rely upon, well, at least some level of consistency is your attack. You know what I mean? It's the attack that's got to maybe be a bit more consistent, push you through. I always use the example of maybe 1890 Liverpool, where they had that crazy attack that could just outscore opponents the vast majority of the time. Yeah, even though they had Lovren, Mignolet, and all these other guys in goal, in defense and goal. But our attack currently, it's also to an extent.
Right.
And let's not ignore one of those goals. One of those goals was a fucking howler by Jorgensen. Howler. The ball went under him. Anybody else notice that?
Don asked me to cook him after I went on stream with Don just before this. And he was asking me to cook him for this Jorgensen thing. I'm like, bro, there's nothing less to cook right now.
The problem with Jorgensen is
you cooked yourself, son.
I was not a fan of when we bought Jorgensen because I had watched Villarreal a bit, and I was like, this guy's not good. we're not buying a guy that's gonna help us out here. And I always say, like, I
Right.
feel like the term I like to use here is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I feel like
Yes,
we've got
that's
that.
exactly what
But
they
to be
are.
honest though, Ahmad, and first of all, big
Yes.
up on the Movember mustache you got going on. You started a
Thank you,
little
man.
early.
Much appreciated.
Big up. But no, like, can we honestly, other than the Man
Hey, big
United
up Ahmed, man.
red card,
Yeah.
I don't know if Sanchez has been bad this year.
No, I'm not quick Sanchez. That's why I'm
I'm
not
just
quick
being real.
Sanchez.
I
Yeah.
think
He has
he's
been
been
yeah.
good so far.
Yeah.
Sanchez has actually been
Hopefully,
one of
Rob,
our.
Yeah, I'm about to say, keep the fingers crossed. Yeah, keep the fingers crossed.
Rob,
Obviously,
don't get too gassed, Rob. Don't
He's
get
been,
too
I
gassed.
think, Sanchez has been.
I'm gonna
It's
be
only
quiet
9
on this
games,
one.
Rob. It's
I'll
only
be
been 9
quiet.
games.
Sanchez
Yeah?
has been our most consistent guy, obviously, and I think, listen,
Yeah.
we should give him the credit he's due. That's why I'm not quick in Sanchez, but I think,
Mm-mm.
listen, the one thing we do need is some attacking consistency, at least in the short term, because the defense is not going to help us as much. Maybe Sanchez can come in clutch every now and then in terms of saves, but we need our attack to be consistent, because I know, obviously, with Cole Palmer's not available, but we need to make this attack at least tick to at least give us a goal or two.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you really
Right.
need, right?
Right. Let
Well, the one,
me interject there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The initial question was, what is
Yeah.
it the problem with the team? A mentality issue or is it a squad issue?
Yeah, it's a question. Yeah.
I think it's all of the above. And here's why I say that. And I am saying this is the hierarchy too. The reason I say that, let's not even think it's just this season that this team can't break down low blocks. We've been going through this for years. For years, Chelsea Football Club cannot break down low block team. Manager in, manager out. It's the same situation. We can't do it. So now, what really we change? We completely change around this team, and still we are going through the same situation, because when we had other players like Havertz, we still wasn't doing it. We still wasn't doing it. We had it's the same thing. So my thing is the whole a club as a collective. It goes back to the very same thing.
Yeah,
Our
I agree with
squad
Jesse.
is
I
kind of
the season,
poor.
boys.
Is kind of poor. We need to figure out what kind of football we want to play, and
Well,
buy
Jesse, I had a random
correct set
thought
of
here, like,
players.
Jesse, I had a random
I'll
thought.
say this.
Are we cooked?
I'll
Are
say
we
this,
cooked
yeah.
this season? Are we cooked this season then? Are we cooked?
No.
As of right now, because as I think it was Coach who said it, right? If our defense is crap, we can all agree with that. The defense is crap.
Hey Rob, I need you to speak. I need people with positivity, man. I feel like the season's done.
No, we have
hold
to
on,
be
man.
realistic.
No, we will finish. Listen, we will
But
finish again. We'll finish third and
You
fourth.
man just stated our
Bro,
centre back pairing.
We don't
There's
know.
no excuses for the red cards. Make your mind up, man. Make your mind up. What is it?
We will.
Let me just come in quick because I gotta bounce, put my kid to bed. But first of all, I think that with the defense, there's a problem there. We know that.
Yeah.
But it's because nobody's really stepped up and just grabbed the position and made it their own, right? Like we've been chopping and changing for the last 2 years now.
And this is what I said before. No
So
consistency.
that is a problem. Like we have these, I wouldn't even say that they're deputies anymore. We have a bunch of just guys. It's just guys that are just in the squad, right?
Just dudes.
You know what I mean? Just like some dudes, man. You know what I mean?
Some dudes, yeah.
You might make a job with it.
So in order, but what I will say is this, and I don't subscribe to this idea that we just play a bunch of 19-year-olds at center back and just hope for it to get better, because they haven't even physically developed. Let's just be real.
Exactly. They're gonna be getting bullied out there.
So what I will say is this, though. What I will say is this: we need to see a consistency in that pairing. The last time the center back pairing looked good was when we had Colwell and Fofana playing week in, week out.
And this is what
when
I said.
Fofana went down, the whole thing went to shit. The entire thing went to shit. So I'm hoping that in the weekend we see Fofana come back into the side, and whoever's on the I would.
What happened
to me right now? I would like to see Fofana Hato or Fofana and Achimpong.
Where was he the other day?
Sorry, say again.
Where's Fofana the other day?
I'm hoping he was rested because he's playing on the weekend, to be honest.
No, but just where was he
Sunderland?
Sunderland? That's what I meant. Sorry, where was he Sunderland?
What do you mean? Where was he on Sunderland?
He didn't play, did he?
He was on the bench because at halftime, him, Rich James They were just on the field warming up. Yeah, he was on the
Either
bench.
way, I don't think that it's a point at the level where they're like, we're not playing Fofana. He's not in my plans. Fofana plays on this weekend for me. He's CB number 1 for me. I don't think that there's any debate at this
He
point in
said
time,
he's
right?
he
I
said
think they was
Fofana and
looking at
Lavia will be managed like Reese. I don't know if
For
y'all
sure.
Yes,
seen it.
I think there was more
Yeah.
looking at Levi Colwell to be that person to try to marshal the defense and get somebody to partner with him. But that injury kind of killed everything, and I think
Typical Chelsea,
Maresca
man.
knew that. That's why he really wanted a centre back. He really wanted a centre back. I think that injury to Levi Colwell kind of killed Maresca's spirits a little bit. I think they
for
are
sure.
looking towards him.
But the Biden,
Rob hates this. So I remember.
it was
Anyhow, fellas, I gotta run, man.
Love
Much
Couch
blessings,
joining.
man.
Couch channel down below, people. You know,
yo,
man.
man.
You know what going already.
Thoughts and prayers with my brother and them in Jamaica, man.
100%.
If you guys can like
Yeah,
do a
right.
little
Yeah,
donation
yeah.
here and there, please do. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll talk again
I need
soon.
to find the link, Gabe. Love remind me to find the link to put in the description below. In case anyone will donate for the people in Jamaica. If we don't know, there's a mad hurricane going on in the people of the country, and food and water is a bit scarce, and they need like humanitarian aid and stuff. So I will find the link. I'll put it before I go sleep today. Anyone who donate some money to go towards Jamaica or helping a cause, then I will put a link there sometime today for you guys to donate. I haven't got a link myself, so I don't want to pay guys you take your money. So I'll find the link. But yeah, Jimmy, you were gonna say something. Was someone was speaking? I don't want to cut them off.
no, I wasn't speaking at the time. Wasn't me.
People were saying that that Levi Colwell injury.
Oh yeah, that's the one, Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And
Yes, I think that basically killed the whole centre back situation, because realistically, I think, especially the tail end of last season, he was the most consistent, and you could have actually seen where he could have been the one as well to actually try to start that spine coming from the back, going down the middle to the center forward. But that injury, and we all were screaming out the major. Jimmy, I remember you were screaming out, get a center back, get a center back, get a center back.
Give me a center back.
And
everybody said I have a channel. I was like,
no, they didn't. Chaz. No, they didn't.
Actually, Rob,
Chaz, stop saying.
sorry.
I hate.
Jimmy,
You know what? I hate the fact. You know what pissed me off now? How all of a sudden, everywhere I go, everybody channel saying they wanted a center back, but I was on everybody's channel getting bashed for saying get a center back. How is that possible?
In that debate, I was wrong. I was wrong here to say that. In that debate, it was me, you versus Jimmy and Rob, Joey and Rob. You know what I was saying, and you jumped to my show. Remember?
Yeah,
I
wasn't. What I'm saying is, Chaz, when you said everybody, don't say that. No, they wasn't. Most people were saying.
Most of us went to center back.
Yeah,
most people didn't want a center back.
Yes. At least
Rob, you did not want a center back, Rob.
I did, Jimmy. I can show you my tweet.
Oh my fucking gosh, Rob. Yo, you know what? Have a good night. I'm out.
I did. This man telling me he's trying to tell me what I said, what I didn't say.
Rob, you were cheeky though, because I remember the debate. The debate we were having was you said at first, I don't want a centre back if it means something, and then you're like, actually, I do want a centre back.
No. See this. I came into the summer. I said I wanted 2 center because I don't rate Colwell that high. I wanted an upgrade to Colwell and Fofana. That was my.
No, I remember. I'm defending you.
Yes.
But
why are you saying I lied? I wanted an upgrade to Colwell and Fofana.
But I don't know if Ahmed. I don't think Jesse was there. But there was a big argument on this channel.
I was in the chat. I remember. I remember.
I think I don't know if you want to show in the chat. It got bare views because we were arguing for hours. I think it was like we had to do a double stream.
I think we were arguing. We were arguing.
Ahmed, remember? I had to cut off the stream and I had to do another one because I cut it off.
I've always been of the opinion. At the time, I understood why they didn't go for a centre back because realistically, we had too many bodies at the time.
We had too many bodies.
And like they couldn't. And again, listen, we were struggling to get this RC of the books. Buddy Shield was injured at the time, so you couldn't even get him off the books if you wanted to make space. They still believed in Fofana at the time, and so you were kind of in this catch-22 of where yes, you needed another centre back, but they weren't willing to move one on.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
And I mean, I know now the rubbish, but to be fair, after the Club World Cup, Trev and Tosin also had some credit in the bank.
A lot of people are happy with
Tosin. A lot of people just say, we don't mind keeping them. They've been decent. When you're facing a big striker, Tosin was there against Man United and against Forest in the running. When you're facing tricky attackers, Trev was the one being selected. And that was the alternative. So not only did they have credit in Tosin and Trev also had credit in the bank, but like, you know what, we don't mind them as backup. The one they were calling to sell was Fofana, Disasi, and Badiashile because they were injury prone. But also, obviously, the injury prone, Fofana is on mad wages. Badiashile, I believe, the club still believes in his talent. And then Disasi.
No, but the thing was, they were willing to move on from Badiashile in the summer, but he got injured in the Club World Cup. Remember, so they couldn't sell him at that point.
For most Chelsea fans, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, Robin, Ahmed, I think it was everyone was happy with Cole to start, most people.
Yeah.
And the issue was we wanted to get rid of Fofana because he was injury prone, and we had enough of him. And I think everyone wanted a replacement of Fofana.
Exactly.
I think the centre back everybody wanted was the right centre back to partner Cole.
Remember,
a lot of people was all wanting a new goalkeeper. So I think unanimously everybody agreed with that.
I was here touting Murillo the entire summer.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people was either Gurhi or Murillo. That was the one that people wanted at the time.
The right centre back option was what's his name, Huijsen.
Oh yeah, Huijsen. We went after Huijsen and Frederick couldn't get
he was the exception. So the club was actually willing to buy him despite our centre backs.
They were.
Yeah. I believe, and I know Maresca. I cannot understand for a laugh of me why Hato has not played more. Because
I think again it goes back to the thing, bro. Again about the youth thing, right? Again, they're playing maybe above a tempo and Hato is too young. I think from the manager perspective, even though I agree that probably should be what we start because playing Tosin and Chalobah together is not helping you out either, realistically. So I think the thing for me, if I'm looking again in the summer in hindsight, I think we underestimated just how important Cole became towards the end of the season and how he was helping these guys out. Like we need to. I can't believe I'm saying that about Cole, but but you have to give him the credit.
It's a revision. I get why people say Cole will. I think Cole was just the most available centre back. Out of all the centre back, he just happened to be the most available one that was fit the entire season, right? And he was playing the entire season. I don't think it's because his quality is that mad as a defender.
No, but I do think he
was just the one that was available.
Throughout the last, I think
he kept the consistency going.
The last 10 games, he was very consistent and he was playing to a high level, right? And I think maybe allowed the other centre back more so to maybe take a step back and actually just maybe do the basics correct. That's one thing I think is much more better thing to say. But either way, I think we need to look at the short term. I always say we need to look at short term. I don't know if anything's going to happen in January or not. But until we have to look at until January, what can we do, right? And again, hopefully Fofana can play a game or two because we need him to play and maybe having a Chempong next to him, right? That can be a short term solution until he obviously inevitably gets injured, right? If he gets injured, then I think that a Chempong and Hato thing probably has to come into play, right? If not that, I think. Listen, I don't want to put pressure on Maresca here, but he has to find a method of maybe making Chalobah and Tosin serviceable. How do you do that? I don't know. Maybe a back three. Maybe you play some sort of like a 3-4-3, maybe where that kind of like hides all of both Chalobah and Tosin's like weaknesses. Because that's realistically the only way. You need to find a way.
Ahmed, I said something on that because I said something on stream to some non-Chelsea fans. By the way, I put the link down below. It's on Red Cross. It's official. You can check it out. It's a link to help with Melissa in Hurricane Jamaica. So everybody's interested in that. And also don't be obliged to follow Ahmed's channel, Jesse's channel, closing on 500 subs, and Rom's Twitter. We need to get him to 10k. He's a good Chelsea rep and always showing the club up in a good way, man. And myself, of course, as a squad. I don't really shout myself up too much on my own show, but
big up. Yes, indeed.
But anyway, Ahmed, I was saying to them some non-rivals for a bit of context. I was saying to them, like, last season, yeah, Jesse and
Mm.
Rob, yeah, and Ahmed, Chelsea changed up the system towards the end. We had like 7 clean sheets out of 10. We had loads of injuries. We managed in the squad a bit better. We needed to win the games to get top 4. We needed to win the trophies, and we actually
Exactly.
and it was convincing. Hence the conversations why we're disappointed now, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because we expected to improve, right? The reason why that happened though is because we dropped the line. We actually played a bit more of a pragmatic side of play, and it was more an individual brilliance rather than an actual style of play. Look at the James Cole and Cucurella for Man United. The Man United game was a prime example. Didn't play great, but then that bit of quality in goal. And same with Fulham game. Didn't play great, bit of quality goal. Newcastle game, probably should have drew that game. Okay, it wasn't great, but we did what we needed to do. The problem is we've gone back to our style of play, and the players we have don't suit what he wants to do. So what do? Do we stick by it like Slot and ride it out, or do we drop the line and just do that? Because it's like the Ten Hag thing. It's a similar thing.
I think
with a system, and then they got to change it. So people are getting onto Maresca now. You see in the comment section, a lot of people in here now.
Because I think, listen, if we're being honest, like going forward, a big problem that we've got going forward, bro, is that we get a lot of crosses into the box, right? And I'm like, who are we crossing to? A lot. Like last game, it was to Kukurea. Like for example, like they were trying to do that thing to Kukurea again. But I'm like, we keep doing that, but it's not working. Like I don't know why we keep doing that sort of thing, because for me, it's like, why we're not putting low balls into the box, low cross into the box, right? Because you've got a striker that's in there, you've got a box scratches that can do that job for you effectively. Why aren't we doing something like that? I think that's one thing I am critical of Maresca on, because like, we need to have more driven crosses into the box, right? Or something like that. And I think, listen, you've got inside forwards now, like Gittins, Garnacho to an extent, where if you give them space inside, they have a good shot on them. We saw that with Gittins, obviously, against Wolves. Garnacho every now and then can give you a good finesse shot, right? Neto is more sort of a creator, I'd probably say, right? But in general, you've got Esteban that can shoot too. So that's what I'm talking about. Like we need to start doing that. But I know someone said who are we crossing to? You've now got Mark Gui in the box now, right? Obviously, he's probably going to be playing now against Spurs. He's a striker you can at least cross to, and he's got a generally good movement. And I think João Pedro again and all these other guys are good box scratchers too.
So, but this is the thing though. This is what we've been doing. And last season we're blaming Jackson for not being in the box and all that. So now Jackson is gone. We're still doing the same thing, and this was getting the same result. And my point of role, especially against a low block, is that we know Maresca has said himself, I do not like to overlap my fullbacks. That what we're gonna face a back five. Either you want your wingers to go back again to go up against against double team every single time, or you're gonna have to overlap, right? And now against Sunderland, now you have Cucurella being the box crusher, and Enzo Fernandez, who's been one of the best box crushers in Europe, now is the one that's playing the ball from deep. Exactly. It's like what is that all about, right? Why are we changing that against Sunderland? This is not Real Madrid. This is not Bayern Munich. This is Sunderland. Enzo Fernandez is our best box crusher. Why is Cucurella now box crushing because we're playing Sunderland, right? It didn't make sense to me whatsoever. And why are we not? Why is none of our fullbacks overlapping instead of they're going inside? And Sunderland just like, yeah, go right on, go inside if you want to. I'm not gonna let your wingers go 1v1, because 1v1 that's what you're trying to get. That's what you're trying to get. So you can beat me 1v1, get a cut back, and or get a cross in or something like that. I'm not gonna let you go 1v1. And we change wingers. The same thing, we brought in Gittins and Esteva thinking, oh, they actually better dribblers. Same thing. They couldn't go past anywhere because they were getting double every single time. And Maresca just did not adjust to say, you know what, guys, for the next 15 minutes, hey, overlap. And so Cucurella, overlap Garnacho, or Rhys James, go on and overlap Neto or Esteva. Give him some help. Get the defenders to commit. But he didn't do that. This is what I'm saying. Last season, at least you could see that Maresca was coaching to win the game. Against Sunderland, can I sit here and say Maresca coached to win that game? No.
I agree with the guys there, especially what Rob was just saying. I I was trying to figure out why he had Reece James and them in the midfield and not overlapping. We needed some. You could have clearly. We had no kind of creativity, and our forwards, wingers, they were so isolated. I am seeing guys like Estevar trying to get past, and two guys was on Estevar. So I was waiting for Maresca to actually tell Reece James and Cucurella start overlapping, come out of the midfield and start to overlap, because we clearly saw what Sunderland's game was at that point in time. So it goes back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Is we don't know how to break down these low block teams, and we need to find ways. And I think the one of the best games I saw Maresca coach this season, I can't remember who we played. And that's the game when he was serving the one match ban, and he was up
Nottingham Forest.
in Nottingham Forest, right? I think him being in the stands, he saw a better view of the game. Hence the reason why he was able to make all the proper changes at halftime. Maresca might need to go back.
What?
The one thing I will say, guys, is that we're obviously facing Thomas Frank, right? On Saturday. That's a guy that knows our number. That's one guy that you can say he knows our number quite well. And I don't want if we obviously lose that game to him, because I think if we played obviously some of the defenders we're gonna play, right? Set pieces, bro. Spurs have been eaten on set pieces too. So I just think, for me, my worry right now is that I think Thomas Frank probably susses out what we're going to do, right? And then he just essentially plays for the set pieces. He gets the goal, and then we're just not able to break them down.
Which one is it gonna be? Is it Thomas Frank's record over Chelsea or Chelsea's record over Tottenham? Which one is gonna prevail?
It's a good question, bro.
Which one's gonna prevail? Thomas Frank is usual are throwing our backside, or us dominating Spurs? I think our domination of Spurs is
Rob, I can tell you for a fact,
is more powerful than Frank.
I cooked Matisse.
I've got that out, Ches, bro. By the way, but
we're gonna end the stream. Be Amir for joining, for spending so much time as well. The panel's a bit lively, more than I thought it would be, but Jimmy asked for a link. You know, my guy Jimmy, we'll get him on that. But to answer Rob's question, if we end off the stream, listen, Frank's record against Chelsea is actually superb. I don't think he's lost in a long time. I think he lost once, was last season with Jackson's goal. I was there for that game, actually. Another game I was at. Good goal from Jackson, but
that's a home game for us, right?
That was at home. Yeah, that was the only time beating them in like 4 or 5 years. Honestly,
what game is that?
This weekend,
Brentford.
We beat them at home last season. It was in December. Our last win. That was our last win before we went like a 10 game where we won in one game.
Oh, is it? Was it 2-1?
That was last
game, right?
Huh?
We beat them 2-1.
It was 2-1. We scored, and then Mbeumo scored.
We went 2-1 up, and then Mbeumo got
got like a last like 90 goal. Yeah. And that was in our title challenging part. So that was literally another win we had. I think we won like 6 games in a row, or 6 out of 8. Yeah, and then the game after that was, I think, Everton, and it went wrong from there. Because that was a break, and then we came back and we just bad. But anyway, hopefully this Christmas it won't be as gloomy, because Chelsea winning at Christmas time is the best. Obviously, I celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas.
We got it this time.
This year, the last 2-3 years, we've had bad Boxing Days. It's been bad. But hopefully this year.
Game for Tottenham on Saturday.
Huh?
Yeah, we are playing at Tottenham on Saturday.
Yeah, probably 5:30 or 7:30.
Yeah, we're playing at Tottenham.
Yes, I was going to say to you, Rob, I feel like if we don't win this game, it's going to get very bad.
Yep.
Just I can see it getting bad. Like, bad where, so you've got people who already question the manager, and there's people like me and Jesse and Rob who have been talking about him, but not too much. I think we'll start having conversations. I'm telling you. Everyone will become a lot more negative because at that point we'll be like definitely mid-table, 100%.
Yeah.
And
No, well, realistically,
no Burnley win's gonna cover it up.
I
I'm
I
saying,
I
you know
I
what I'm saying?
I put us to actually finish second in the league, and I was like, after that loss against Sunderland, I was like, what was I thinking? What was I think? I
Yeah.
think reality set in at that point in time, and what made me more upset is the fact that we lost, Manchester City lost, and Liverpool lost. So now we have these Arsenal scumbags on top of that table there. And
Yeah,
right now,
I
let's
really,
be
I really
realistic. The
accept them.
momentum is with them, and they look
Someone
like
said
they
this.
could
Sorry,
go all the way.
someone said, they said Frank Master low blocks. I actually watched the Aston Villa game, I watched the game, and even though they lost, it wasn't like both teams created loads of chances. Aston
Yeah.
Villa didn't create a lot of chances. They just scored 2 great goals. But Aston Villa did not create a lot of chances. So the low block will be difficult, which is my point. It's not going to be easy. Yes, at home they've lost a lot of games, but again, Bournemouth played them off the park. Are we going to play them off the park? We're definitely not. We're definitely not.
I think it depends on midfield, and our midfield is good enough, but it's our defense and our attack let us down.
It's Maresca. If he sets up the team, if he actually trusts Gittins this time and we're a bit more defensively not unstructured because he trusts Gittins to lose the ball, if you trust Esteban to maybe start or Gittins, it'll make a big difference. If he goes with the same team that defensively are solid and he, like Rob said, doesn't trust Enzo to box crash because he wants to be a bit more compact in midfield, it's not going to work because they're not going to be expansive.
Yeah.
They're not going to play.
We need to be like, our fullback has to be on it because Kudus is the best player, so Cucurella has to be on it. They don't create much from the midfield because
They only play with creators Kudus.
Bentancur and Paulinho don't create much from the midfield. So they create a lot from the flanks, and so it's gonna be. And then they're not gonna have Romero, who's great at building from the back. And so one of our fullback has to be on it and helping Cucurella out, because Poro and Kudus doubling up on Cucurella on that side. If he doesn't get help, it's gonna be a long day. Whether it's Gittins, that's why I think Garnacho might start, just because he probably is.
What? Because of the work rate?
What's that?
Because of the work rate, Garnacho might give you a better work rate than
Gittins is not going to start this game because of that.
Yeah. Or he might even start Neto and Esteban, because Neto is a better
Neto on the left.
So Neto on the
I think
left,
that might be
just to help with Kudus. Help with Kudus.
Yeah, help with Kudus. And then
that's what, it's just annoying because Sunderland, like Rob said before, Sunderland, you don't need to do that. Like Sunderland, you can put and you can risk Caicedo and 2 centre backs being at the back. It's okay.
You know what is annoying me in that Sunderland game, right? Is I know people don't might think this guy is nothing at all, but I was very annoyed that Buonanotte did not make the squad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like we had why did we have 3? We playing Sunderland at home. Why we have 3 centre back and we don't have a backup 10?
No, I don't think what you're saying is mad. I don't think.
And in that game, as bad as Joao Pedro played, you can't tell me that Buonanotte couldn't come in.
Rob, we're not the only one who thinks this.
Because when I look at Chelsea and kind of just get things ticking a little bit more.
Yeah, when I see Chelsea comments on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, there'll be a little comment on there like, "Oh, Buonanotte is underrated." How like bare likes or comments. So he's not someone everyone speaks about.
I like the guy. I think
everyone likes him because
and keep things ticking very easy. He does his job.
Yeah,
he's just like bang, bang, bang. He's not doing like Palmer is. Palmer's a world class talent. He drives. He's quick. Yeah. Palmer's like elite. But Buonanotte obviously isn't that. But he's a quick tempo player. He's give and go. And
I think quicker than he's a more natural number 10 because he keeps the. I watch this kid. He has the talent. Is there? The talent is there, but I see him playing certain passes or looking for players to move, and they're just not doing it. He will make a pass, and players just not finishing their dinner. So it goes back to the same thing. We can't break down low block teams. I
would say this like to be balanced though, as much as
Yeah.
he does what you're saying,
Yeah,
he
the
hasn't
talent
got.
is there. The talent is there.
He's got the talent. He's got the quick, but he hasn't got the. He ain't got that elite. He ain't got that top
Yeah,
level. Like,
but
No,
again,
it's not gonna
he's
be.
young.
yeah,
He's not gonna be
it's a
your.
shame because when you watch me, like, go, run now,
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
He's not gonna be a wow game changer, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he will just make everybody's job easier. And sometimes
yeah.
I like those players. Like
Yeah.
he just making sure that the ball gets to, like, you know what, when we know
You scored the other day. The Wolves game.
The Tariq George goal
Yeah,
yesterday,
I know you
right?
from Lavia.
He gets the goal. He gets the pass from Gusto.
Lavia.
He just plays it first time to Gittins, right into Gittins. So Gittins doesn't need to slow down. He just right into his stride and goes and beat the man. And then just like those little things there, just like, quick decision, quick movement, quick ball progression, and to keep things ticking here and there. And the thing I like about him is also he will give the ball and then follow the pass to make the run, right? I like players like that. And for me, I think Maresca missed the trick by leaving him at home, not bringing him to the, because I think with as bad as Joao Pedro was, didn't offer anything in that 10. If you brought Joao Pedro in for 15, 20, 25 minutes, I think he would have given you something different, just made the tempo a little bit faster and make Sunderland think again and make Sunderland be on their toes, because Joao Pedro just like, so Sunderland was just very comfortable. I think again, we're playing at home against an inferior team, and we'll bring 3 center back and we'll leave the number 10 at home. That irked me a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Anyways,
love everyone for joining. Be up, Jesse and Rob joining the whole stream, literally 2 hours. Got really good because obviously it's really quick. Sorry, because it's quite a good stream, so we had fun. Be up, Jesse, down below. Get Jesse to 500 subs. It's very easy. You literally click on it, you subscribe, and then you follow Rob, etc., and they're all right there. And also, very, very, very important that the Red Cross Jamaica link to donate some money to help towards that is down there. So you'd have to be from Caribbean or African descent. Anybody can help. It's just helping humans at the end of the day. Everyone's different, but we're all the same. That's the irony. But yeah, man. Love everyone for joining. Good to be back to you guys as well. The numbers are good today, considering I haven't been streaming for 2 months, whatever it is. So love everyone joining. Be it Rob, Jesse, you man, anything to say? Anything you guys are up to?
No, man. Let's beat Spurs on Saturday, and then we'll be the.
I don't think I'll speak to either of you two before the game. To be fair, yeah, you guys will be sleeping. I think I might do a stream during the day, so you guys might not be able to make it. So hopefully we win. I'll speak to you on Saturday though, 100%. So speak Saturday.
Bet.
Sunday's back.
Hopefully you don't text me like, I need to vent. I'm going live. Hopefully it is.
Saturday, depending on the time Saturday, I may be around, I may be here, but it
depends a lot of things. If Chelsea win, I'm probably going to be quicker to my stream.
Yeah,
because I'll probably be like at home. If we lose, I might be out. I might be like, I'll go out, whatever.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Quickly,
score predictions just so we can hit the 2-hour mark. Score predictions for you two. Just don't go to detail because there's no point. But
I am saying we concede, so draw, 1-1 draw.
Yeah, good shout. I was gonna say draw.
3-1.
3-1.
It's Spurs.
I don't know what it is about this. What it is this time round, like even the Sunderland game. I know it's hard to say, but like I'm not superstitious because I don't believe in that sort of stuff. But it's like I can just have feelings about things. I remember getting ready to go out, and I was saying to myself when it was 1-1, I was like, "Are we going to be the same as before and do the same thing again?" I was like, "Nah." You know what I said to myself, Jesse Rob? I swear, God knows. I said I was getting ready, I was ironing my stuff. I was like, "Not this time, not this time. We've got a good squad. We've got a good bench." Remember, Rob put in the group chat. I said, "Oh, look at our bench." I was trying to talk to myself. I was like, "Nah." You got all these players, and then I literally go on the train, I get service, and I go, actually 2-1. They're at ding ding. I was like, bro, it's so annoying.
Long day.
It hurts you.
I was like, yeah, long day, man.
Bad. It hurts you because you literally.
Yeah, that Sunderland game, I think hurt everybody bad because no one expected it like that. It was
this is the thing. Sometimes you literally will just switch off the game because you will be like, nah, we ain't gonna lose that. And then you'll be like, you still want to know, so you will turn it back on, and then you will see this wasn't what I just left.
Especially after we scored within 5 minutes. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sunderland now is gonna have to
You
open
saw that
up, and it's gonna be a long day for them. But they didn't panic, and we panicked.
Yeah, 100%. 2 hours is hit. Perfect. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining and have a good evening, man. Good night. Peace.
Love.
Yeah.